Hi everyone, this is Aragoda. I am going to try something new today since I find that I'm running out of drops on the California map that I've been playing. So if I want to continue playing Geotastic, I think I would like to take a different approach entirely, and that is to roam around Ontario, where I currently am. Now, I don't know Ontario particularly well, so I'm going to play this in a way that is different from I think how most people I've seen on YouTube actually play GeoGuessr when recording. I'm going to play this with the intention to teach myself as much as I can about this place. So that may mean repeatedly making difficult drops, or it may repeatedly mean making hasty drops in an attempt to calibrate my eye for what this place looks like. So I will say, just based on these outcrops here, a part of me is feeling Sudbury. I haven't been to many places in Ontario. I've been to Sudbury, I've been to London, I've been to Sarnia, I've been to Grand Bend and up some of this way into some of these small towns through Listowel and the like. And I've been to Mississauga, Toronto, Kitchener. Well, not really Kitchener, but I've been to Cambridge. And I've been to the Niagara Falls and Hamilton. So that's really it. And Port Stanley and the like. So, mostly Southwest Ontario. I've been up to Parry Sound and I've been up to Sudbury, but I've not seen Eastern Ontario, and I've not seen most of what we have up here. So, based on those rocks and based on the fact that we have trees that are coniferous, there are coniferous trees in Southwest Ontario as well. So maybe if this is Sudbury, I'd want to count on there being birches. So let's see if we can find, I've done enough talking, let's see if we can kind of brain our way through this. The Detler greens. Yes, so as I said, I don't expect to do very well, but I'd be curious to see as I continue playing this if it gets better and better. And Ontario is a good opportunity for me because it has something like 2,000 drops almost. Well, I'm rounding up quite a bit, but it's more than the 200 drops that are present for the California map. So, so we'll see. Let's see if that first impression is true. It no longer really feels that much like the North, but I've never seen the North in the summer, so it's difficult for me to say. So let's say it's in the Greater Sudbury area. I'm gonna drop it here. Okay, so that's useful to know. So this is not a part of Ontario I've been in. Bancroft. Continuing along the next track. Okay, so I've seen brick towns that look like this in the vicinity, in the GTA, the Greater Toronto Area. So the most I can say is, can we see a phone number that would indicate it? I don't. So I understood that the three main area code overlays in Toronto have a 6 in them, hence Drake's whole like running through the 6 with my woes or whatever. But we'll see if we can find a better sign. Chudley and Nairn. Yeah, I mean that, of course, tells me nothing. But yeah, I've seen these brick houses in the GTA in Mississauga in the vicinity of Toronto Pearson International Airport. So so it's possible that we can kind of find our way out and and make that guess. But something I've noticed, and maybe this is how people feel when they normally play games like this in a place I'm familiar with, but I find that I don't actually know that much. Like in California, there's a lot of nuance that I see because I know the state. I've been to so many cities and towns. When you are in a place like that for so long, it you start to see. Do we have a name of a city on that? Dream Green. No. Do we have a name here? Ennerdale and Dynevor. Like, such strange names. I find that most streets in Southwest Ontario tend to have very similar names, so it makes me wonder if this might again be Eastern Ontario. I think I saw a street sign here. It's a parking sign. Okay. So my lead guesses would be the GTA or Ottawa over here. Maybe Kingston. But given the fact that this feels quite unfamiliar, I don't think this is Southwest Ontario. It's hard for me to say. And the houses are way too densely packed for me to envision that this could be a town further to the let's see here. What does that say? Ennerdale. Okay, I don't think this is in the GTA because I don't think there's a town called Ennerdale in the GTA. Here's the city center. Okay, so no frills. I always wondered. So, you have these no frills everywhere, and it's really funny. You have like this, oh, Eglinton. Eglinton Avenue is in the Toronto area. Okay. So, no frills is like this discount grocery store, and they have this brand of things called No Name. And it's just like a yellow packaging with nothing on it and this like bolded black text which says something like apple drink. And it looks it looks almost like something that I would see in like a satire. Like, tough for me to say. So Eglinton Avenue, I've driven on Eglinton Avenue. There's a McDonald's on Eglinton Avenue right here. That's a huge pain in the butt to get to from the airport. But, so we'll see. Is there an Eglinton Avenue that matches with an Ennerdale? That's really lucky that I happen to come across one of the few roads in Ontario I've actually been on in in a city that I don't live in, wherever Ennerdale is. The tough part about it that you don't really see as much maybe in other places like San Francisco is a lot of these streets cut through the entire city. But I guess it's also a thing that happens in Los Angeles, where you could follow a street like Foothill Boulevard, for instance, for 140 miles or something. Yeah, if I can't find it for much longer, it's okay. At least to know that we're on Eglinton is a huge win, and I hope we'll get this lucky again. Yes, I knew that this felt kind of Toronto-y. So I have to constrain exactly what that means as I continue to explore these things. I heard of Spadina Road. I don't know much about it, other than that I know there's a song about it. Loblaws, Bayview, Laird, Don Mills. Yeah, now we're all the way on the east end of the GTA. So I think there's just so many no-frills on Eglinton. Let's just do it. Ah, it's over here. Eglinton West, Ennerdale, and Eglinton, close to Dufferin, right by this spur road off the 401 freeway. Oh, it ends at Eglinton. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Yeah, it's not far from the airport. Okay, good to know. Continue. Now this feels more like Southwest Ontario. You have this yellow brick and everything is wooded just like this. So let's go and see what we can find as well. So potentially London, potentially KW, which is, you have a clump of cities over here that there's no easy name for all of them. But you have Cambridge, you have Guelph, you have Kitchener-Waterloo, and you have a bunch of universities here. Wilfrid Laurier University, University of Waterloo, and so forth. I don't actually think there's any universities in Cambridge, so whatever, I guess. But yeah, so that's my guess here. It's going to be one of the cities along the 401. Maybe it's Windsor, Let's see the street name. Upper Queen Street. We're in London. I think we're in London. Upper Queen Street is, I think, over here. I feel like I've been on this street in the south. Upper, I think, and Wilkins, is it? Right out, Nixon. Is it here? Upper Queen Street and Wilkins. Oh yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. Huh. Back to start. Okay, well, good to know that this yellow brick might be a giveaway for London in particular. So let's see how many houses away we are. We're over here. 2, looking to the east. 3, 4, 5. Oh shoot, I lost count. Maybe we can go in the other direction? 1, 2. We're heading south. And then this big old park. Okay. So this park is probably Mitch's Park. And we're heading south into Mitch's Park. So Wilkins is probably going to be down here. Let's confirm that. Yeah, that's Mitch's Park. Okay. That's the turnoff into Mitch's Park. So we are just north of Mitch's Park. By how many houses? 1, 2, 2 houses north, looking east. 2. How do we do? Oh, I could have tried a little bit harder, I guess. Continue. Where else can we go? Well, I've never seen trees that look like this in the spring. So I guess it's anyone's game. Let's get to this intersection. Maybe is there a name of something that we can see here that would be useful? 905-416 area code, so I think it's GTA. Asia Bollywood Junction. So something that I thought was really remarkable relative to the United States, when you're just watching TV, like cable, here in Ontario, you really get a feel for how Elson Street, Markham Road. Okay, Markham is in the GTA. You really get a feel for how, like, how diverse things just are, how normalized it is here in Canada. You have, like, I was watching a hockey game in Punjabi just on cable. And I remember feeling that, like, I mean, yeah, you have like Spanish language channels and stuff in California, but it struck me as interesting that, you know, between that or just seeing representation on different um on like different commercials and stuff. Okay, let's think about it more. Yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. So Markham Road is this. It is indeed not in the center of Markham, but all the way in the east, which is interesting. So Markham Road passes to the north and intersects the 407 toll road at Route 68. That's interesting and good to know. I've never been this far east. I haven't really been much farther east than the harbor front and like the distillery district, which was really pretty and cool looking. Yeah, there's so much in Toronto. I would like to visit Toronto, like actually visit it and not just pass through or fly in through the airport or whatever. But okay, so I'll keep this in mind down the line. Mark them. Now for round 5. Yeah, I don't know enough about the full. These are birch trees. Okay, so I think we're further to the north. I don't think it's normal for birch trees to be too far to the south. This is one of those weird roads that's like I'm starting to suspect that we might be up here somewhere. And the reason why is because you have lots of straightaway roads that are at angles in the northern part of southwest Ontario, like maybe the Stayner area. We'll see. I have been to Stayner. I don't remember it looking like this, but it was already into the fall, so everything could look completely different. We'll see if we can find an example, and if not, we'll just get a feel for the vibes of this place, and we will drop something and figure stuff out. Okay, so yes, the fact that you have these sort of wide fields does tell me that we're likely still in southwest Ontario. So that plus the birch trees gives me a little bit more confidence we're in this area, in the vicinity of Barrie, but not quite. The further up you go on Highway 400 towards Sudbury, there's a very abrupt change right about here between where you have like, the north like and farmland. So let's see here. Maybe, am I good enough at reading to make it happen? Caledon, 905. Caledon. I don't know Caledon. Caledon. Perhaps it's further over in this direction, because the boundary between the north and the south it continues quite far to the east. I've only seen the bottleneck happen here, to the northwest of Lake Simcoe. But, once again, I know nothing about East Ontario. So, Peterborough, this area, let's see. Oh, what? Really? There's birch trees so close to the GTA. Here's Caledon. Oh, okay, so you have Orangeville here. You have the 410 in Brampton. And this is what's the 427, which is the spur freeway which takes you from the 401 into Pearson. And I guess if you take this all the way up, okay, the more you know. So, wasn't great, and that's okay. There's a lot I still don't know about East Ontario, but wow. And also, I felt pretty good about the ones in GTA. So, yeah, well, thanks for watching my inaugural episode, Putting Around Ontario, and we will see what happens as I give it another go next time. Alrighty, bye-bye.